coast all the way up to the Great Lakes. You need to be on high alert. We are entering what looks to be the most dangerous, hyperactive weather stretch we've seen in years. We aren't just talking about a couple of afternoon showers. We are looking at a classic, high-octane May setup. We've got a massive trough ejecting out of the Rockies, clashing with rich, juicy moisture from the Gulf. This is the recipe for a prolonged active stretch. Between now and next Monday, we are looking at multiple rounds of discrete supercells, destructive straight-line winds, and yes, the potential for significant long-track tornadoes. If you've been waiting for storm season to really start, it's here. Let's break it down day by day. Starting with right now, Tuesday. It's a marginal day for most. But don't let that label fool you. In the Central Plains and Midwest, we're watching for pulse storms that could drop some annoying, car-denting hail this evening. But the real, sneaky threat today: Florida. From Orlando down through Port St. Lucie and Port Canaveral, there's enough spin in the atmosphere for a couple of quick spin tornadoes. These aren't your massive wedge tornadoes, but they can flip a grain bin or tear up a pool screen in seconds. If you're at the theme parks or the beach, keep your phone charged and your weather alerts on. By 8 or 9 p.m., this shifts offshore, but it's going to be a bumpy ride until then. Moving into Wednesday, the energy shifts east. We're looking at the Mid-Atlantic, PA, New York, West Virginia. We're talking pocket change, hail and some gusty downbursts. It's a classic cold front passage. Meanwhile, out west in Utah and Montana, keep an eye on the sky for some isolated high-based storms. Now, Thursday is what I call the quiet before the storm. Most of the country gets a breather. But we're watching a few isolated cells in Kansas and Minnesota. This is the atmosphere reloading. The moisture is surging north. The heat is building. And the cap is strengthening. Why does that matter? Because it's setting the stage for a massive explosion on Friday and Saturday. Friday is the X factor day. It's what we call a conditional risk. There is a massive amount of convective inhibition, basically a lid of warm air called the cap. If that lid stays on, nothing happens. It's a sunny, humid day. But if a storm can break through that lid in Texas, Oklahoma, or Kansas, it's going to have all the fuel in the world. We're talking gorilla hail, the size of baseballs or larger, and a very real tornado threat. The Storm Prediction Center hasn't put a high-risk label on it yet because of that uncertainty. But if you live in Tornado Alley, Friday is the day you check the radar every hour. Quote, now, let's talk about the weekend. This is where things get serious. Saturday is the ramp up. From Texas all the way to Iowa, we have a low-level jet kicking into high gear. Expect damaging winds and isolated tornadoes to start popping off in the late afternoon. But Sunday, May 17th, this is the day that has meteorologists concerned. We're looking at a potential major severe weather outbreak. We have a very intense 990 millibar low-pressure system moving into Kansas. This creates massive wind shear, the change in wind speed and direction with height. If you are in Oklahoma, Missouri, Illinois, Iowa, or southern Wisconsin, including Chicago, Sunday could be a life safety day. We are looking at all hazards on the table. That means long-track tornadoes, 70+ mph winds, and destructive hail. You need to have your go bag ready and know exactly where your safe spot is. Don't wait for the sirens to go off to figure out where the basement key is. As we head into Monday, the system doesn't just disappear. It moves into the Ohio Valley and Great Lakes. Michigan, Indiana, and Ohio, you're on deck for the leftovers, which could still pack a punch with damaging winds. And looking at the long term, guys, the last 2 weeks of May look hyperactive. The European model is showing storm after storm ejecting over the Rockies. It's like a conveyor belt of severe weather. The Climate Prediction Center is already forecasting above-average rainfall for the Great Plains and Midwest. We are in a pattern where you can't let your guard down for even a day. Before I let you go, let's do a quick safety check. Multiple ways to get alerts. Don't rely on just one app. Get a NOAA weather radio. Shoes. If a warning is issued, put your shoes on. You don't want to walk through debris in bare feet. Helmets. If you have kids, have them wear bicycle helmets in the storm cellar. It saves lives. This is going to be a wild stretch of weather. I'll be here every single day with live updates and timing for your specific town. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and most importantly, stay safe. Stay weather aware. And we'll get through this together. See y'all in the next one.